Okay, Park City. I guess I should start off with telling you a little bit about me. My name is Big Al Goodwin. I'll tell you, Big Al, because my whole life I was what a lot of people refer to as being fat, but the Sears catalog just called me Husky, and I thought that was very nice of them, because the other day my Nintendo Wii Fit called me obese, and I was like, you could have called me Husky. That's really mean, right? Growing up, my friends would call me Big Al, because that was better than Lardass, and I lost 14 pounds last month, so I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you. It's not a big deal. I was circumcised, but I appreciate that feedback, Park City. You guys are nice. I just bought a laptop because my friend who does my website's got a laptop, and he always says stuff like, my laptop went down on me 6 times today. She just got it. Awesome. That's how I got circumcised. Get me out of here. That's a long call to tech support. That's all I'm saying. Speaking of tech support, I lost the internet the other day. I called my provider and because I was like, help me, provider, because you are not providing me internet right now. And I didn't get a human. I got an automated attendant, and it was a girl's voice. She was all chipper or whatever, perky. She's like, let's reset your cable modem. What I'd like you to do is unplug the power from the back of your cable modem, and when you're done, say power unplugged. You're a chipper. Who is this? Is this the girl from the Progressive commercials? Am I talking to Flo right now? I was trying to see if I had it unplugged, and then the phone says, are you still there? So I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I have it unplugged now. She goes, I'm sorry. I didn't get that. Did you say your phone is unplugged? Just say yes or no. So I was like, yes, right? And then she goes, okay, great. I want to download that app for my iPhone. I want the automated attendant app. So when my wife calls, I can forward her to the automated attendant app and let it answer as me, and then like a perky version of me, and then just text message me the important details of the phone call. So I just get a text message. Karen is being mean at work. Pick up milk on your way home. Duration 57 minutes. Thank you, automated attendant app. It sounds great, but the problem is I would still have to sound like automated attendant around the house. So she wouldn't know when I'm forwarding her to automated attendant. Like on the weekends, I'd have to be like, did you want me to mow the lawn? If you want me to mow the lawn, say mow lawn. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Goodbye. Yeah. I like being married. I've been married 20 years. This is my second marriage. I have a nickname for it. It's the Goodwin. And I have a friend of mine who's never been married, and he's my age, but he's never been married for a reason. He is an idiot. He says stupid stuff. We were talking about Jessica Alba. He goes, she's a babe. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. What is that? That's why you're single. Why do you say stuff like that? It's Jessica Alba. I wouldn't kick her out of bed if she peed on me. I would be like, it's okay, you're so pretty. I love you. Some people pay extra for that. This guy I'm talking about, he's into the pornos, and those movies aren't real. Like the whole spanking thing, I've been married 20 years, that's not real. And, but yeah, then I started thinking maybe that's what we're missing. And turns out, nope, that wasn't it. We weren't missing that. And And you don't want to wait 20 years to pull that one out of your bag of tricks because there will be a talkie talk. And that goes down. She said, "What got into you?" I was like, "I don't know. I saw it in a movie." No? Okay. I could lick your butt. No. All right, okay. I saw that in the movie too. I'm just going to turn this video camera off because I'm pretty sure you're not into this either. That in the bud. I don't know if you guys have figured it out yet, but I have ADD, and so do both of my kids, and my wife hates all of us. There are pluses and minuses to having ADD, though. Here's one of the pluses. ADD people are very creative at problem solving. Good example, we wanted an in-ground pool in our backyard, and the construction company wanted $1,200 just to dig the hole. That didn't include concrete work. I'm like, what? No way. And I put an ad on Craigslist for free dirt. And then when people came to my house, I just gave them a shovel and said, "You can have everything inside of those orange spray painted lines that are on my backyard right there. You can have 8 feet from that side, but only 3 feet from this side." Another plus to having ADD is that a lot of guys get yelled at when their wife realizes that they have zoned out of the conversation. But I have ADD, so all I get is, "Did you take your pill today?" I'm always like, "Nope, I forgot. I will go do that right now." And then I never come back. But there are minuses to ADD. Last year, we went on our second honeymoon to a little exotic island. We went to New Orleans, Louisiana. And if you have ADD, don't go to Mardi Gras for your second honeymoon. That is a bad call, okay? There are a lot of distractions. There are big ones, little ones, perky ones. They're everywhere. And it's just a plastic bead necklace exchange rate. It's crazy, really. My wife said, "You look like a kid in a candy store." I said, "I am married. I am a kid with diabetes in a candy store." That's how this plays out. Right? And she said, "Well, I don't have to worry because you're my soulmate." And I said, "Definitely." And then she said, "Why did you answer so fast?" I said, "Because when you're at the sink, I'm at the toilet." And she goes, "What the hell does that mean? How does that make me your soulmate?" And I said, "Oh, I thought you said cellmate. I'm sorry. We are at Mardi Gras. I'm not really focused on what you're saying right now. Okay? There's a lot of other stuff going on." So. I try to be honest about my ADD. The other day, this guy was repeating some instructions to me, and I said, "Look, buddy, you don't have to tell me twice, okay? You need to tell me like 6 to 8 times because I'm not a good focuser." I wear a condom when I make love to my wife because I don't want her to get the ADD too. That would suck if we both had it. That would be catastrophic. So, but I tried a new type of condom last month called Extra Sensitive. Fellas, try these out. Extra Sensitive condoms. They're awesome. Because when we were done making love, we cuddled for an hour and a half. And we watched the movie Marley and Me. And I cried at the end. I know, it was so sad. Spoiler alert. All right. And then we listened to Adele's new CD. And if you haven't gotten this joke by now, there's nothing more I'm going to be able to say to help you to get this joke. So we're just going to move along. ADD people say stuff trying to be funny, and people they're talking to usually don't think it's very funny. Good example, my wife said, "Why am I so itchy?" And I said, "I think it's because you're pronouncing it with a silent B." And yeah. And I don't know why you're so itchy. All the time. Turns out I should have just said dry skin, everybody. There you go. Live and learn. Yeah. I have a friend of mine who says worse stuff than me. He has ADD too, but he's never been diagnosed by a doctor, so he doesn't have Adderall to help his ass. Trust me, half my act comes from his house. All right. His name's Tim, and he's got a 4-year-old son named Alex, and I'm at his house about a month ago, and his son comes up, Alex comes up and goes, Dad, I forget, am I awesome or fantastic? Tim was like, no, son, you are autistic. Remember? How many times have I told you that? And Alex was like, 2,777 times. Because he's really good with numbers. Yes, he's autistic. So. I've said stuff that's caused me to lose friends. I know you don't believe it's true, but it is. My wife gave me some good advice. She said, if a friend of yours tells you bad news in their life, just say, I'm sorry to hear that and nothing else. And buy them a card or a gift, because actions speak louder than words. That's good advice, everyone. A week later, my friend said he was diagnosed with Lyme disease, and I said, I'm sorry to hear that, nothing else. And I got him a card, a get well card, and I put a coupon in for Limeade, because, right? When life throws you Lyme disease, that is what you do right there. Should I give you a second? All right. My other friend went to Florida and got his hand bit off by an alligator, and he hated the Gatorade I got him. Because you really need 2 hands to open that stuff. So he was furious. I don't know. ADD people, though, they don't know what's coming out of their own mouth. They really don't. It's going to be one of 3 things: best case, worst case, or typical, okay? And here, I'm going to explain typical first, because typically this is what happens. An ADD person will say something without thinking, and then they'll look at the expression on the face of the person they were talking to, and then they'll realize, oh, shit. That was not good. Then they have to say something else to fix the thing that they just said, right? That's typical. Now here's best case. An ADD person is about ready to say something that's going to offend the person that they're talking to, but they realize it 25% into the way of saying it, which means 75% of it hasn't come out yet, and they can try to alter that shit on the fly as it's coming out. And then it just comes out weird and stupid, and the person you're talking to thinks you're weird and stupid. That's the best case scenario right there. Now here's worst case. You say something so offensive, the person you're talking to is now chasing you, and you are running for your life, okay? I did typical last week. I was cleaning out the garage because I didn't want to be on the show hoarders, and my wife came in, and she goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm cleaning out the garage. She goes, it's about time. And I said, well, you could have done it any time you wanted to. And then I realized I'm in a typical situation right now. I need to say something to fix the thing I just said. So I said, look around. I've been in this garage all morning. I've made a lot of progress. I think what you need to do right now is take your pretty little face, go worry about the things you need to worry about, because I got this. And I said it definitive so she would go away, but she did not go away, right? And then she hit me with a rule. She goes, okay, but you know what the rule is? I said, no, what's the rule? She goes, if you haven't used it in over a year, get rid of it. And I said, well, I got room in this bag for your vagina, and we can just put it right in there. Yeah. Right to worst case. How did that happen? We were just a typical a second ago. And I was running for my life, and I was running. I ran all the way to Utah. So it's good to be here. All right. Yeah. I like the weather, though. I like any season of the year except spring. I'm allergic to pollen. And I was thinking, what is pollen? That's how plants reproduce. We're all adults. Let's call a spade a spade. Isn't it just plant cum, right? I mean, or tree spooch, if that's whatever you think is more politically correct. But that's what we're talking about. That's what they should call it on the news. The plant cum index will be 3,000 today. You might want to stay indoors and avoid the jizz. Back to you, Jill. When you see that green haze all over your car, it's a big facial, isn't it? It's like, who bukkakied my car? I got a money shot on my hood. This is wrong. Plants can only release their seed once a year in the springtime. If I could only release my seed once a year, I could cover a city block too, right? Stand back. It's been a year. Watch out. I'm sorry about your baby, ma'am. I have no idea where this is going. This is exactly what my penis looks like, everybody. It's this long and made of metal, and I have one pancake-like testicle from horrible skiing accident. I don't want to talk about it. We're going to move on. Here we go. Where did we go from plant cum? Oh, I have kids. There we go. That's how my brain works, chronological order. What comes after cum? Oh, yeah. My daughter is from my first marriage, and I've had full custody of her since she was 4 years old, which is very difficult to do because I'm a lesbian. And she's beautiful. I'm very overprotective as a dad. When she was 12 years old, I had her tubes tied. I'm kidding. They wouldn't do it. She's 22 now. She came over for Father's Day this year, and she told me the shirt I was wearing was gay. I came back with the best comeback. I was like, yeah, well, it should be. It just came out of the closet. So, right? That is hilarious. I broke my arm patting myself on the back for that one. I was like, go Big Al. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. So... you can tell that joke to your grandma. All right, whatever. My son, maybe not your grandma, but my son is 14. He's just got inducted into the National Junior Honor Society. I'm a proud dad of him. He's great, yeah. And he had to do English homework last week. He had to read 20 minutes aloud to an adult, and he chose me to be the adult. And so he was reading, and he goes, then Jonathan was convicted of homicide. And I said, let me see your book, buddy. That's what I thought. That word is homicide, okay? Homicide means to kill somebody else, because that's not what you said. You said homicide, and that's what you experience if you go to prison for homicide, okay? So, similar but different. He's been in Taekwondo since he was 4. Now he's 4, what? He just turned 15, actually. Yeah, he just turned 15. I'm sorry, my bad, October 13th. And... so he's 15 now, and but he got his black belt when he was, he got his African American belt when he was 8 years old, and it's cool because one night I heard a noise and it woke me up, and I said to my wife, lock the door, and I went to my daughter's room. I said, honey, lock your door, and I went to my son's room and I said, wake up, little man, I think someone's in the kitchen downstairs. Go check it out. Don't forget your belt. Put your belt on. I'll be here when you get back. Don't forget secret knock, because the door's going to be locked. Just go. I'm jealous of my kids, I'll be honest. They were diagnosed early with ADD. They're on meds now. Their lives are going great. My daughter was diagnosed age 12. My son was diagnosed age 6. I was diagnosed when my daughter was 12, okay? I didn't know why my life sucked for a long time. High school, I didn't even know I had ADD. All I knew is that I had dyslexia, and I was a stoner. That's all I knew. And that's a bad mix right there. Dyslexic stoner, because I would stand by that free drug school zone sign for hours. Just waiting and waiting. Nothing ever happened. So. If you got that, tell a friend. And the jocks were mean to me in high school. They would always tease me for being a stoner. They would say stuff like, stoners have bad memory loss. And I would be like, yeah, well, that's not so bad. Because how about when you go to load the bong and it's already loaded? That was like a bonus right there. But the worst part about high school were the jocks, because they would always tease me for being a stoner. They would say stuff like, stoners have bad memory loss. And I would be like, yeah, well, that's not so bad. So how about when you go to load the bong? That's already... I had to do that joke 4 times in Birmingham, Alabama. You people in Park City are like NASA engineers. I don't know if it's the altitude or what, but it's working for you. Keep it up. We would go to my house to get high after school because my parents had day jobs, so we never got caught. Except one time Mom called in sick and loaned her car to a friend on the same day, and that day sucked, right? Because we thought she was at work. Her car wasn't in the driveway, so we're in my room doing what we do, and she comes in out of nowhere. It's Family Feud all of a sudden. She's like, what are you guys doing smoking marijuana in this house? Peer pressure? My friend's like, good answer, dude. That has got to be number one on the big board. Shut up, you're such a dick. Because they're dicks, they're not your friends. They are using you because your parents have day jobs. And here's how you can tell that they're not your friends. They'll tease you when they know you're high, okay? For me, it was always like this. It was like... Dude, you're going to have to light me again. I didn't get anything at all on that last one. They could always tell I was high when I came back from the kitchen. That's when I couldn't hide it anymore, right? This is the best piece of Wonder Bread that I've ever had in my entire life, dude. Try that. It's awesome. So, yeah, that too. Anything really. And you can't smoke pot all the time because it'll warp your perception. One time I was so high. I was watching a show on TV about sexual harassment, and there was a girl on the show, like a sexually harassed victim girl. And I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking, who would sexually harass her? I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, like, her face was all scrambled and cubed, and her voice was like,
I was sitting at my desk when a man came up from behind. I've got 2 turntables and a microphone.
I was like, I was thinking, of course he got her from behind because she had really nice hair. It was autistic. All right. I got busted for smoking pot when I was 17 in Baltimore, Maryland. And if you're stupid enough to smoke pot in downtown Baltimore, Maryland, in broad daylight at the Inner Harbor, don't use a bong, okay? Because they'll spot you. They will. I spent a night in jail, $75 fine, plus I made love to a dude. And I'm kidding. It's just a $50 fine. But whatever, that guy still writes. It's nice to get the letters. Don't judge me, all right? I had to go to court over the whole thing. And I didn't have a judge, I had a jury, and they say it's a jury of your peers, but that is bullshit because peers are people just like you. I was 17. I would have loved it if it was a jury of my peers. That would have been awesome. 12, 17-year-olds up there forming the jury. Have you reached your verdict? One of the guys stands up and he's like, me and the other fellows, we talked it over, and what? Shut up, Tommy. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Fucking Tommy. But no, seriously, we were thinking just let him go, dude. Right? Oh yeah, and give him his bong back. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I've been traveling a lot. I just got back from a gig in Michigan. Anybody? Michigan? Anybody? Yeah? Where are you from? Were they there? Here? Or there? Lower? Detroit? Oh, there. See, that's what they do. Yeah, Wisconsin and Michigan, they both do the same thing. You guys are having a fight over which one can use their hand to represent where they live in their state. Both Wisconsin and Michigan people can use their hand to show where they live in their state. I think that's cool. I just think that if you guys can do that, then I think guys from Florida should be able to do the same thing. Hold on a second. Because I am from Miami. There you go. Just the tip, baby. Just the tip. But I'm thinking about moving to the Keys, so... I don't know. I think that's Tampa, actually. I'm not sure, but either way, it's a geography joke, everybody. I used to live in New York City, which is dangerous. If you ever move to New York City, here's a good survival tip that I learned when I lived there, and it's very easy to remember. It's just avoid other people, okay? And in Times Square, you are trying to avoid flyer pamphlet people because they are just trying to shove a flyer into your hand. And here's what you do. There's a technique. It's called the full up technique. And it's very simple. All you do is you carry something in both hands. Ta-da! Now you're full up. Okay? Now you can't accept their flyers and pamphlets because you are already full up. I would always carry a cell phone and a handgun, and I would be like... I'm sorry, I am full up, okay? Give it to him or her, or maybe one of those two people. Oh, I'm getting a call. Hello? Uh-huh. I am on a phone call right now, okay? I already told you that I can't take this. And New York, that's the city the terrorists want to blow up. But we're getting the terrorists. We got the dude who looks like Ron Jeremy, right? Not Osama, the other guy, the Sheikh Khalid Mohammed, yeah. And I was on the FBI's website, and a lot of the terrorists are named Mohammed. One of the guys they're looking for is named Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan. 2 Mohammeds in his name. Badass, right? I mean, what kind of name is that? Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan? Really? Come on. You are the John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt of the Muslim community, right? He's like, Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan, his name is my name too. Whenever he comes out, people always shout, watch out, Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan. Yes. What I'm trying to say is I like to sing, everybody. I wanted to audition for American Idol, but you have to be between the ages of 16 and 28 to audition for that show, and I'm only that age when I'm in a lesbian chat room on the internet, so I wasn't able to audition, but I like, I don't know, I like rock and roll. And here's the thing, yeah, you got some rock and roll fans here tonight? I love it. I love it. I focus on it. See, ADD people can focus, but only on stuff that they're interested in, and I'm interested in rock and roll, and I focus on it. I've noticed trends that nobody else notices. Like, I was going through my iPhone the other day, and I noticed this trend. The best bands in the history of rock and roll tended, okay? I say tended because there are some exceptions to this rule. But, like Led Zeppelin is definitely an exception to this rule. But here's the rule. They tended to begin with the word "the" in their name. The, right? The Doors, the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, the oh gosh, there's the White Stripes, the Black Keys, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Kinks, the Vines. There's a whole bunch. Then I noticed that the worst bands in the history of rock and roll tended to begin with the word Nickelback, and a lot of people don't even know that. So, yeah, if I were to send a telegram to Nickelback, it would say stop. Stop. All right. I have to go, and I don't want to, but I'll tell you this, folks. I have merch. I have some bumper stickers and some shirts. And yeah, and the bumper stickers are 1 for 3, 2 for 5, and one of them says, I think this is I'm autastic, right? Part awesome, part fantastic. And then this one is, right? I'm itchy with a silent B, all right? So yeah, all the ladies are like, give me that one, yeah. 1 for 3, 2 for 5, and this one is a shirt, and it's $15, and it's pre-shrunk cotton. I only have large and extra large because I flew from DC, and that's all I took with me. But it says, dyslexic stoner, free drug school zone. All right. It's got my URL on the back, so I will be out there with those. And I'll tell you this, I like I said, I like rock and roll. I really love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because they began with the. All right, and they brought sex out in rock and roll. No one would talk about sex in the 60s. Closest they got was, let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. What are you talking about, right? And in the 70s, they got closer. They had songs like, gonna get my baby, gonna grab her tight, gonna make a little afternoon delight, psh, right? And you knew. I don't even know what that meant, okay? I saw that in a movie, so. But you knew in the 90s, the Peppers were on the scene. They didn't mince words. They were like, what I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. I was like, that is the shit. He's got something, he's gonna put it in you. I'd watch out for that. But what were they saying in the middle of their song? Soul to squeeze? I got everything except the middle. He was like, take me to the river, lay me on your shore. I'll be coming back, baby, I'll be coming back for more. Do the little things you say you don't want, baby. Don't go, baby. I cannot forget, but I will not remember. Say my pleasure so much better, but I won't regret it never. I got all the rest of that, all right? What was Dumma Summa Kong Kong, babe? Did anybody get that part? I think he said plant cum in the middle of that. I thought I heard it. I was like, Thomas on a plant come, baby. All right. And they're still doing it. I know for sure. Mango, mango, wang, bang. I know it's you. Back up. What's bango, wango, tang? Nobody got that. I don't got that. I deleted all the Nickelback off my phone, and except for one song, because that's my wife's ringtone. And no, it's good. I always answer fast. I'm like, holy shit, honey, it's almost 3 seconds of Nickelback that time. Are you okay? Are you all right? Are the kids okay? What's happening? But I was talking to her on the phone the other day, and she was being short, rude, and abrupt, which is not like her. She's usually nice. And I'm like, why are you being all short, rude, and abrupt? She goes, I'm late for 2 different doctor's appointments. That's why. Okay, I got to go. Bye. Did you just hang up on me? No, I'm here. What? I'm like, well, what are your doctor's appointments? Ophthalmologist and then gynecologist. Happy? Come on, I got to go. I was like, well, wait a second. First of all, you do not want to get those appointments mixed up. Okay. Could you imagine? That guy would be like, that is the worst case of pink eye that I have ever seen. And the brown eye doesn't look good either, I gotta be honest. It's like 20/80. I don't know. Look like David Bowie or Marilyn Manson. It's awkward. All right. And the other thing about cell phones is caller ID. We all have caller ID, and it influences how we answer the phones because we see who's calling us. I called my wife. She saw it was me. She answers her phone like this. What you need? I was like, hey, baby, what's going on? She's like, nothing. What you need? I was like, nothing. Why do you keep saying what you need? No reason. What you need? Okay, I get it. I'm just calling because I need something, right? I'm just calling because I have a favor to ask you on my behalf. That's the only reason I'd ever call you for anything, right? That's what you're trying to say right now, isn't it? Well, kinda, yeah. Like, really? Well, what if I was just calling to say I love you? Did you ever think about that? She goes, well, is that why you're calling me? And to be fair, by this time I'd forgotten the reason why I'd called her. It's what you need back and forth, right? So I said, you know what? I was just calling to say I love you. So there, what do you think about that? And she said, did you take your pill today? You guys have been autastic. My name is Big Al Goodwin. Thanks so much for having me, Park City.
One more time for Big Al!